Okay guys, welcome back to Phenomenal Gaming, and yes, I know it has been a very long time. Okay, well actually it hasn't, so far it's been about 3 weeks, not even that, 2 weeks. Who cares, it's been a while. I have got a team with a season pack opening to upload, but what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be opening packs for the rest of the team. I'm going to be opening packs for the rest of the team of the season, and from there I'm going to upload a huge pack opening right at the end. So as you can see today, we are playing Rugby League Live 3. Yes, it's back for the first time since 2016. Now, just want to say, this is the countdown, ladies and gentlemen, because True Blue and Big Ann and whoever else produce the Rugby League games have announced that Rugby League Live 4 is in development and will be, well, is set to be released this year. Now, small clips and screenshots have been released up to this point, and it's looking not that great. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's a Rugby League game, and I'm going to take what I can get because they are very few and far between. This was like the first in what, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. That's a lie. When this game came out, which was 2015, it was the first in like 2-3 years, and that's an interception. That's very bad. Yep, shit. Never mind. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking Rugby League Live 3 and 4 and how it should improve. This is essentially how to improve, but it's more of a countdown. So we're going to start off with the graphics, of course. Why not? Graphics, they're not great, they're not shit. They're bad. You know. Player likenesses are terrible, but then again, it's not as there's not as much money goes into it. You know, there's not as much money goes into the project as like FIFA, for example, COD, NBA, NFL, NHL, and all that lot. You know, Madden and etc. So they have to work with how much they have. Now, there's been photos released of players such as Zach Hardacre, who on this game is playing for Leeds, but now he plays for Castleford. Photos of him like being scanned, different players being scanned for the new game, which I'm not sure they've used that, like the full body scanning technique like FIFA use. Don't think they've used that before in a Rugby League game, and hopefully that does improve the player likenesses. The screenshots that have been released are of NRL players like Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston, Cooper Cronk. What the fuck am I talking about? I meant Paul Gallen. Apologies for that little outburst, but you know, I'm supposed to know what I'm talking about, and if I don't know what I'm talking about, then how can I actually do a video that's accurate? But the NRL players look better. Super League players yet to be seen. They've got Eddie Hemmings, who does the Sky Sports commentary. He's English. They've got an English commentator in him for the first time ever. I remember for the first 2-3 games it was just Andrew Voss, and then for the live series, for the Rugby League Live series, I brought in Phil Gold. Now I don't know if they've taken him out, but we'll have to see when the game comes out. It's looking better. The game is looking better overall. Still not high hopes for the entire thing. Gameplay needs improving. It's been the same generic gameplay for the last 10 years. Well, a little bit longer. Like since the first one back in like 2003, so it's about 14-15 years. And it's getting like FIFA now. It's good when it comes out. After a while, you get a bit bored, you pick it up again. You get bored, you pick it up again, you get bored. It's the same gameplay all the time. That's what they really need to change. The one thing that I really did like about this release was the goal kicking. I really enjoy it. I just love the goal kicking on this. It's not a big deal, but it's something that I do enjoy a lot. Don't know what relevance that has. Teams, hopefully they keep the same league, so Super League, Championship, League 1, then the NRL, and then the interest leagues. One team that I'm really looking forward to playing as is Toronto Wolfpack. They are the newest team in Rugby League. They were formed like at the end of last year, playing their first season. Rugby League games, as I say, are few and far between, and you'd expect for the time that they have to release these games, they are a lot better than they actually are. I've played much worse games. For example, I hate the Telltale series. The only one that I actually enjoy is the Back to the Future game. Telltale I just find really boring, really pointless. But then again, it's about storytelling. Like I say, these games, I don't like the Rugby Union games, for example. The Rugby World Cup and Rugby 15, them games are absolutely appalling. Despise them. Not going to get into my bugbear with them games, and I just can't see why they've had 2 years to develop the graphics and everything on this game. Everything on the game looks great, except from the players. The likenesses of the players is shocking. Everything, I mean, you look at the pitch, it looks great. The design of the pitch looks really good. You look at the stadiums, they are quite accurate, especially this stadium, which is a Castleford stadium. I've spent a lot of time here, and it is really damn accurate. You know, I could, if I wanted to now, I could run across the pitch and show you exactly where we stand when we go to Castleford matches. But I'm not going to do that unless I do end up down there. The Leeds Stadium, a little bit off. Not going to get into this. I'm doing it again. I believe they have Leeds Sports Village on this game. This was released 2 years before they were promoted to the Super League, and to have the Leeds Stadium on here it's like, you know, how the Portsmouth Stadium is on FIFA. It's just something you don't expect, and it's quite a good addition. It's a big up for the lower league teams. And there's so much that they could improve on, like they should include different rules. For example, the obstruction rule, tackled in mid-air rule, offside at the kick to some extent. I've mentioned obstruction. There's so many things they need to include, but I know they won't. It's just hard to describe. To talk about something like this, while there will be a lot of people probably watching this video and won't know what I'm talking about, is a lot harder because you can't explain it. You know, there's just a lot that needs changing. The animations on the tackles, it's been the same for the last 15 years. The animations on the tries, it's been the same for the last 15 years. The animations on the video referee, it's been the same for the last 15 years. The normal referee. And it's just ridiculous. I do enjoy playing the game. It's a fun game to play. It's infuriating. Some of that needs changing is when you're playing the ball from a tackle and you want to pass it, the player will occasionally run straight into the player passing the ball and it'll count as a forward pass. I can't say I've ever seen that happen in a normal game of rugby. Overall, with the game, I don't have a lot of problems with it. I've rarely experienced a glitch. What I would like to see is, for example, more penalties given away. I know that sounds stupid, but if they want to make a game as realistic as they can, they've got to include dangerous tackles, dangerous contact, high tackles, etc. and stuff like that. Holding down in the tackle is a main cause of a penalty in this game, and it's really, really stupid because you don't... Yeah, it's a lot. It happens a lot, but you know, you've got other reasons offside, which isn't popular. You know, offside, obstruction is something that's not in this game. And I just feel that the rules need updating. They need more reasons of penalties, if you will. I'm just going on. You don't understand. I'm rambling, and you probably won't understand what I'm saying, but I know what I'm talking about. And you know, come to think of it, this is a really shit game because there's so much missing out of it to make it a rugby league game. Essentially, it's just another rugby game. Tackling effectiveness, they just see the throwing the players off, and that is actually using one of the most effective tackling techniques. And I'm not saying it should work every time, but sometimes it does work too well. You know, I can go full sets using this diving tackling technique and keep them down in their own 20 metre area. And there you see, I've just used that tackle for 5 tackles. and that's exactly, it's done nothing whatsoever. Also, something that I noticed the other day is the free play rule isn't a thing in the game. Now, the free play, it comes from when there's a knock on, and there's knock on a lot in the game, and this is when there's a zero tackle before the tackle is complete. And basically you can do what you want and then you'll get the ball back even if it goes wrong. So you could kick and chase, can kick it over the top and chase it. If the opposition gets the ball, then you get the ball back for a scrum. And that isn't something that happens on this game. I tried that on the zero tackle on the free play. I had an advantage from a knock on. I kicked and chased and they got the ball back and it was play on, and it actually ticked me off a little bit. You know, as stupid as that sounds, I'm getting invites, I can wait for that one. It's not a big problem. I just feel if you want to make it realistic, you've actually got to make it realistic. You can't just go, okay, we're going to put tries in, we're going to play the balls in, we're going to make it 4 points for a try, 2 points for a conversion and a penalty, and then 1 point for a drop goal. You know, you can't say, oh, we're going to have 5 tackles and that's going to make it a rugby league game, because it's not. That does not make a game a rugby league game. And that's something that Big Ant and True Blue have to understand. Oh, I'm getting so triggered by this. And I shouldn't be. But I'm really looking forward to the game. It's looking like the Super League cover star will be Luke Gale, who is the Castleford halfback. So that should be good for me because I'm a Castleford fan, and it's a better choice than Darryl Clark, who was the European cover star for, you know, the Super League cover star for Rugby League Live 3. So this turned into me sitting and rambling very quickly, a lot quicker than I anticipated. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will definitely be getting Rugby League Live 4 whenever that comes out. It's this year, hopefully. Yeah, I'll see you later.